Welcome inside the Schaefer Center here on the campus of Southwestern Assemblies of God University here in Waxahachie, Texas, where today the SAGU Lions play host to the Northwood University Knights. Coming up next right here on the SAGU Sports Network. And welcome back inside the Schaefer Center. Tim, look at some of the key players for Northwood. It's three really stand out for you.
Well, it's three stand out, and three are going to have to do a great job. As I mentioned, they lost big to Lady Lions earlier this year. They're going to have to get much better production out of these girls if they want to find a win in this game. First of all, Lakeisha Blanson leads the team with 12 points per game. Not a great total, but she's going to have to really up that up from where she is if she wants to find a way to win this one. Kayla Robinson leads the team with 1.6 steals a game. They're going to have to find a way to win the turnover battle. Lady Lions are really good at that. Right. One of the best defensive teams in the nation. She also has 7.5 points per game, so we talk about a second score for Lady Lions. The Knights are going to need a second score tonight, too, and I think that could be Kayla Robinson. Lastly, Julia Clark. She leads the team with 5.6 rebounds a game and is actually number 23 in the nation in blocks per game at 1.4. We obviously have one of the best blockers in the nation here with Shakita Roberts, so it could be a big showdown between Clark and Roberts tonight. Three players to watch out for SAGU. Charity Page, she was emerging, but suddenly has gone scoreless the last several games. Rebounds have dropped as well, Tim. Need that young player to get back on track. Taylor Hill also struggling after 3 straight games of scoring 13.6. She's cooled to just 5 a game. And finally, Lakin Ward, after a big scoring rebound burst in late December and January, she's averaging just 4.6 boards a game over the last 5 games and has just 23 total points in 9 games. These are players we know have that it factor. They've proven they can play ball here. They need to step up back to what they used to be doing in the past. Yeah, and that's the thing. We know they can. We've seen them perform earlier in the year. It just really comes down to turning it on when it matters most. The tournament's right around the corner. Lady Lions are probably going to have to play a play-in game in that tournament, possibly against these Knights. If things play like they will, they'll play Northwood again, right? These Knights, so they're going to have to really turn it on. Because they don't want you to be like last year. They don't want to miss out on the tournament. They don't want to be gone in the first round. They want to find a way to make a deep tournament run, and especially if we're going to upset one of those top 4 teams. Those 3 players and a couple more are going to have to really step up for this team. Is there any chance the Lions can still crack that top 5? Is there mathematically a chance, or is it pretty much mathematically out? There is. They're behind the Lady Evangels by 3 games. It would take winning out, Lady Evangels losing all but one of their last games, and you still have to contend with Texas Wesleyan then. Plus, the Lady Lions actually have lost the season series to Mid-America, so they would have to actually win out, have Mid-America lose out to have any sort of chance. Right now, they're looking for that 6 or 7 spot, fighting Texas Wesleyan and Southwestern Christian. A quick break. Be back with the National Anthem. Stars and tip-off right here on the SAGU Sports Network. Stay with us.
Last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the starting lineups for the Lady Knights. At guard, number 20, Bariah Wagner. At center, number 5, Julia Clark. At guard, number 21, Kayla Robinson. At forward, number 23, Lakeisha Blanson. And at forward, number 12, Virginia Wright. Head coach for the Lady Knights is Michael Wells. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the starting liners for your Lady Lions. At guard, sophomore from Waxahachie, Texas, number 13, Taylor Hill. At guard, senior from Garland, Texas, number 14, Nia Winston. At wing, freshman from DeSoto, Texas, number 25, Alexis McAfee. At center, senior from San Antonio, Texas, number 32, Shakita Roberts. And at forward, freshman from Nacogdoches, Texas, number 35, Charity Page. Head coach for Lady Lions is Arlen Beatles. Assistant coach is Corey Henry.
All right, we are ready for tip-off here in the Schaefer Center. Big Sooner Athletic Conference game. For the Lady Lions, really, when you look at some of the tough games still coming up in their schedule, some of the games that are behind them, they still have to play Wayland, St. Gregory's, and John Brown. St. Gregory's will be one that they have a chance to win for sure. I think those other two, it's important not to find yourself in the middle of a dogfight here, get upset by this team. You beat them by 44 points last time, so it's gonna be hard to match that result.
Absolutely.
Gonna find a way, though.
Just want to finish the season strong, going into conference play. A little lift, momentum never hurts. Plus, you never want to lose on your home court. So we're underway here at the Schaefer Center. Hill over to Winston. She had 26 last game. Hill looks at the three, dives inside, and bounce passes to herself, and that is not allowed in the game of basketball.
That is a travel. Whether you, if you bounce the ball and don't ever touches it, since it's just another dribble. So she dribbles, takes a couple of steps, takes another dribble. Lady Lions turnover on their first possession.
Inside to Clark. Loses the handle. Really tipped away by Winston.
Long three-point shot, no good. I see that battle starting to emerge. We talked about between Clark and Roberts. Clark has the height advantage. And it's going to be a struggle all night long.
Winston, nice pass inside to Page. And a whistle inside, and a travel will be called against Charity.
Two trips down the court and two travels. Not how you want to start the game out.
Yeah, how close?
Last game, Lady Lions definitely had control, but they seized control by starting the second half off on a 22-0 run, just burying Northwood. As a three gets buried right there, Lakeisha Blanson puts this Knights up 3-0 early.
Nice inside pass to Hill, the short jumper. She's on the mark. Taylor Hill, credit the assist from Nia Winston. Tried to spin inside was Clark, and turnover. Here come the Lions led by Hill. She's got McAfee into the paint. Nice move, and fouled from behind. It'll be called on Lakeisha Blanson, who just had that bucket for the Knights. Again, these Lions sit in 7th place. The Knights are in 10th, so they will, like you said, Tim, in the pregame, if things stay the same, these two will play each other in the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah, there's still definitely some more to go. As a turnover there.
It'll be 6 versus 11, then 7, 10, 8, 9 seeds.
Yeah, and those seeds will go on to play the 1, 2, and 3. Obviously, 4 and 5 are already scheduled. Missed shot, rebounded.
Lions yet to put anything on the board, but 1 bucket from Hill inside. And a turnover. Several turnovers by both squads early here in the first 3 minutes of play, Tim. Kind of sloppy play.
Yeah, very uneven so far for two teams that have already met each other. For Northwood, you don't mind because you were never really in the last game. You won't mind a sloppy game on both ends because that'll keep it close. And again, Northwood, another turnover right there.
Credit Shakita Roberts for getting her hand on that pass intended for Virginia Wright.
We've seen how much a matter of weeks can make, though, as Lady Lions were able to rally from a big loss against Texas Wesleyan to really pretty much blow them out here at home. Defensively, just frustrating them. So if you're Northwood, I think you look at that as your template. You see that the second matchup is a totally different ball game. You've seen each other. You know how each other play. You have a new scenery. Oftentimes, you have entirely different lineups on the court because of different changes, different players stepping up. So they're definitely not, they don't expect to come in and lose by 40 like they did last time.
87-43 was the score as a shot inside missed by McAfee. 87-43 the score at Cedar Hill, won by the Lions. They outshot the Knights 50% to just 28% for the Knights. Shot inside baseline is good. That's Wright's on the board. Winston had 20 in that game. 13 Lady Lions, Tim, scored points on the evening against Northwood. So real balanced attack from head coach Arlen Beatles. And they actually really dominated the glass. 53 boards to just 30 for the Knights. They forced 30 Knight turnovers. And what's interesting is, I think we said in pregame, SAGU scored 22, or the first 22 points, I should say, of the second half, holding Lady Knights scoreless till about 11 minutes left in the game.
And you say that right there, that 13 Lady Lions scored points. There's only 14 Lady Lions on the entire lineup. Sierra Hankins actually is no longer on the lineup due to injury. She actually got a few minutes in that game, obviously still kind of battling injury at that point. So essentially, everyone that suited up tonight scored in the last game.
Oh, what a save by Page.
Very
Gets it out the hill, on up ahead to McAfee. Stops, pops, short, and a scrap for the ball, and it's Roberts. And we'll keep it here.
Athletic play from Page, tipping it away, and then following the ball through, getting out of bounds, and essentially slapping it back into her teammate. So Lady Lions retain possession, down by 1, 3.5 minutes into this one.
And Winston throws it to nobody in particular.
Just miscommunication there. That's when you practice the play over and over again, and when there's nobody on the court guarding you, you're in that spot at the right time, but all it takes is one defender just stepping in your way, and all the wheels come off.
If the Lions are able to catch, as a long shot outside, no good. The Lions are able to catch Texas Wesleyan, who they trail by 1 game in the standings. They would finish 6th and thereby play probably the St. Gregory's ball club that has just one win in conference play.
That goes straight through Charity Page's hands. Another turnover. So just 4 minutes into this one, I'm going to go ahead and say we have more turnovers than points for both teams. It feels like that right now. Both teams just having a hard time keeping a handle on the ball. Northwood not being shy from 3-point range early on. They've converted on 1 and fired another 5 or 6 times.
Drive inside from Winston from the free throw line. Little flat shot. Nearly got the shooter's roll, but rolls in and out. Here come the Knights. By Robinson, back out ahead to Caballero. She's checked into the ball game. Where's number 10? And a travel out front by Kayla Robinson. She's a freshman from Midlothian, Texas.
Into the game now, Lakin Ward will take Charity Page's spot. And for the Knights, Ambrosio Woodard comes in, while Kayla Robinson will go to the bench.
Here's Lakin Ward. We mentioned her in pregame, and just like that, picks up, we forgot count, another turnover.
Another turnover.
Could be the 9th or 10th turnover of the game already by both ball clubs.
Another
sloppy.
travel. For the Lady Lions, they've had a couple of bad passes, but that's their 4th travel, I believe, in this game. They started the game off with 2. That'll just sail out of bounds, and no, they're going to say, well, they're going to discuss it. Initial ruling was Northwood, but now they discuss it and give it back to the Lady Lions, so hardly any possession is even with a rebound at this point. They're all going the way of a turnover.
Both ball clubs average about 40 rebounds a game. Roberts, pass intended for Ward, nearly got it over to Winston, but Knights able to pick it off in the paint. Now a pass inside the paint, other end, and up and underneath Virginia Wright, the sophomore from Joshua, Texas, gets the ball to lay up off the backside. Timeout on the floor. 7-4 your score, and probably about 7-4 in turnovers as well.
It feels that way. The Lady Lions feel like I bet you it does match up right about now. And that's going to get the timeout call from Coach Beatles. If both sides are turning it over, you don't really notice it. But the moment the other team finally breaks through and gets some points, then you're like, okay, we need to rally back together and find a way to start getting back crisp. When the Lady Lions get on track and their passing is on target and they are really just operating fully as the team that they practice to be. We saw it happen against Southwestern Christian. We saw it happen against Texas Wesleyan. They are just a very, very solid ball club.
It's not so much the dribbling at this level, it's just the passing. Right there, you see an example. It was a short pass, but it was an errant pass and not a smart pass.
That was a handoff, essentially. Now into the game for the Knights will be Laura Nekrasaiti.
Impressive.
Well, I grew up right next to her, where she's from. So,
Lithuania.
So I'm not going to say I nailed it perfectly, but
you practiced that name before the game. I could tell you were ready.
I remember her from last season. Actually.
You're ready.
So the 6'4" junior, actually, from Panevėžys, Lithuania.
Show off. Caballero over to Wagner. Back to Caballero, long 3. Off the back of the rim, battling for the board is Jairo Rodriguez. We'll keep it right here, but a fresh 30 for the Knights.
Just a dead ball offensive rebound. Talk about this every game. The Lady Lions needing to eliminate those second chance opportunities for their opponents. Teams find ways of getting those offensive boards, and that's just a dead ball board, obviously, but it goes the same way.
Long ball, air ball, tried to save underneath. It is, and then stripped away by Roberts. Nekrasaiti had it in her hands, and Roberts just took it away.
Lady Lions right now, defense is fine. It's just a matter of getting some passes off and an offensive foul. So again, it's every single trip down the court is ending in some manner of turnover. They're not even getting a shot off to force a rebound.
Lakin Ward's first foul. She's got a turnover and a foul early in her time on the floor. Lions show that 2-3 defense, one of the best defenses in the Sooner.
Legitimately, one of the best defenses in the nation. When you look at their shooting percentage.
There she is again, Roberts.
But look at the shooting percentage, blocks, steals. They're one of the best in the nation as a foul is called here, especially when you consider that compared to the elite teams, they are extremely undersized. They are undersized on almost any given night, but they play feisty and they play precise defense. End of the game, Cassie Cox, Chiquita Roberts will go to the bench.
Tallest player for the starters is Roberts. She stands at 6 foot. Now Cox, who just checked in, does stand at 6'1". Got a lot of playing time as a starter last season with Roberts' injury. So, but yeah, overall, you're right, Tim. The Lions really aren't that tall inside, but play good scrappy defense. And a whistle.
Another travel. Jai Rodriguez this time looked like she got some contact to the head, I believe, before she was able to get rid of it, but the travel must have come before the contact. So for the Lady Lions, it's just a matter of trying to get anything going right now. It's not even that they're shooting poor, they're not even getting any shots off.
Caballero's shots off. Cox just checked in, got her first board. Hills had no break yet. She's played the entire game. So is Winston. Pass over inside to Cox. Skip pass over and looking for Ward. And Ward and her just, again, misconnect. And there it is. Just the errant passes cause another turnover. And our score is still 7-4.
And Lady Lions, something's just off right now. And it's not even, I mean, Northwood is doing a good job of staying in their zone. They're doing a good job of, you know, not allowing any open players, but Lady Lions are helping them all the way. Just imprecise passing and a lot of unproductive ball control as it's just been travel after travel.
Monica Dorsey's about to check in for Coach Beatles. Try to give the Lady Lions a lift.
Into the game for the Lady Lions is Monica Dorsey. And Taylor Hill will get a break.
This is just the second year of existence for Northwood's University basketball team for both men's and women's. They've been very successful over the years in soccer and baseball, but this is their first year, or I should say second year, as a basketball program, first in the Sooner. They were an affiliate team last year in the Red River. And that one rolls in, cut the lead to 2. Dorsey just checked in, collects her first basket of the ball game. Straight up defense from Ward, rebound collected by Cox. Here comes Dorsey on the left side, across the timeline, into the paint, skips it over to wide open Rodriguez. Shots long, Ward offensive board, tries to get it inside to Rodriguez and swarmed by several Knights, but the ball will stay right here underneath Northwood's basket. Crystal Carter checks in for the Knights. Here's Winston, she's got just 2 points. Leads the Sooner about 18, 19 points a game. Off to a slow start here at the Schaefer Center. Now here's Rodriguez. Looking inside for Cox, tipped away. Lake and Ward, Dorsey, 8 in the shot clock. Cox to the free throw line, passes inside, nice pass inside. Rodriguez unable to get the roll, and Rodriguez really unhappy with herself as she missed essentially a wide open layup on the left side.
And those are the opportunities you can't miss in a game where you're struggling this much to score. When you get an open shot that close, you've got to convert it.
Blanson double teamed by Dorsey and Rodriguez, and I think she may have gotten bailed out. She was in trouble. We'll keep it right here. Carter will inbound the ball. She's a sophomore from Trinity Christian School in Cedar Hill. The same high school that Dominic Rambo played his high school at. They'll be coming up next in the second half of our doubleheader as the Lions look to officially clinch the Sooner Athletic Conference in their first year of existence in the conference. Kroc just checked in. She's hammered inside as she was making a strong move to the basket, and she'll go to the line, try to get a couple from the stripe.
And that was Leslie Caballero just coming in strong. And the moment she made contact, she knew that was a foul, but it kept the easy 2. First one is good. Second shot coming up, and it's no good. It's going to be a lane violation anyways. Kroc felt it coming off the hand wrong and left her block a little too early. Trying to get the desperation rebound, going 1-on-4.
The Lions have held the Knights to 1 point for about the last 7 minutes or so. Problem is, the Lions only have 7.
It's been a very slow and sloppy game right now for both teams. It's just got to be a matter of who can start putting it together first, who can start stringing together a few passes without turning it over. Somebody has the opportunity to go on a run.
These Lady Lions scored 87 points last time these teams played, not even close to that tonight. And trying to save it as she tiptoes along the baselines of Ward, but I think she stepped her left foot just out of bounds, and the Knights will get the ball back. Under 10 minutes now here in the first half. 8-7. Robinson works it over to Blanson. Blanson leads this Knights with 12.1 a game, and inside, nice about a 6-footer is good from Crystal Carter. Lead back to 3. Blanson leads all scorers for the season for the Knights with 12. Wagner right behind her, 11.5 a game. Ward inside to Kroc. Weak side rebound. Koch missed the putback. How about Kroc, though? 5'6" sophomore, just no fear. A lot like Taylor Hill. She'll go right to the rim and just dare you to foul her.
And got a real fast move inside. Just couldn't land it, though.
Shot from the elbow. Rodriguez with the rebound. Dorsey surveys the situation. She'll take it herself. Inside to Ward, and she takes it high off the glass. Cuts the lead to 1. And that was 1 against 4, an ill-advised shot. Now here come the Lions the other way. Dishes over to Kroc. They may call an offensive foul on Dorsey.
No, that foul's going to come again.
Well, it's going to call on the defense. She wasn't set.
Rosa Wooder's going to pick up the foul. And the original 5 come back in for the Lions. Hill, Roberts, Winston, Page, and McAfee back on the floor with 8:36 remaining in the first half. Lady Lions trailing by 1.
Blocked.
Yeah.
Page blocked by Julia Clark. Wow. The 6'3" freshman said no thank you. And here's a steal from Winston, cross the timeline. She'll take it herself on the left side, left hand, lays it up and in. Winston has given the Lions their first lead of the night.
She just read that one the whole way.
16-footer off the back of the rim. Offensive rebound, high off the glass. The friendly roll. That's Lakeisha Blanson. The junior from Denton out of Billy Ryan High School puts the Knights back up in this low-scoring seesaw first-half battle. McAfee, high pick from Roberts. Bounce pass over to Hill, 15 of the shot clock. Inside to Page on the block. Good move, didn't get the ball. Rolled in right way, though, and now whistle. It could be one of those frustration fouls from Page.
Yeah, Page, she had a possession early, but then she started to lose it, just tried to hold on for too long. She'll pick up the foul. It'll be her first, though. Just the 4th on the Lady Lions. So no real foul trouble with just over 7.5 remaining.
3 teams in this conference are ranked in the top 20. You've got Oklahoma Baptist. They're solid at number 5 at 15-1 overall. Right behind them, Oklahoma City, the Stars, at number 6 in the nation. They're 13-2 in the conference. And then John Brown, always a solid program, both with the men's and women's team. They're number 16 in the land.
Yeah, like we've always said, that the top 4, especially the top 3, and as Wayland Baptist also receiving national attention, receiving votes, that top 4 is Crystal Carter goes high up, in the lead is 3 for Northwood. Those top those top four are just kind of an impenetrable fortress. And an offensive foul, I believe, on Roberts, going too strong for the rebound, goes over the back. And for everybody else, the other 7 teams in the conference, it's just trying to catch up with those top 4.
3-game separation from that top 4 to the bottom 7. Nice little jump shot there, just outside the paint. Crystal Carter, her 6th point of the ball game.
Lady Lions find themselves in a 5-point hole now. Doesn't usually seem like much, but when you're turning the ball over so often and only have 11 points through 13 minutes, a 5-point deficit feels like a lot more than if you're having a normal scoring night. Foul is called on Northwood. It is their 7th, so that will send Winston to the line for the 1-and-1.
Each of these ball clubs both make about 4.8, technically 4.9 for SAGU, 4.8 for Northwood, but no threes at all in this ball game. Or was the first shot was a 3?
Northwood made one. Into the game for the Lady Lions is Brittany Griffin, while Taylor Hill will go to the bench. So you see Coach Beatles kind of mixing things up. There was the foul, just a little bit unnecessary contact from Bria Wagner. Winston hits both. So a little contact over by the sideline leads to 2 points for Lady Lions.
Leslie Caballero will check back in for 2nd-year head coach Michael Wells and the Knights of Northwood out of Cedar Hill, Texas, about 20 miles away.
And Winston got a finger on it, and Leslie Caballero still trying to get a hold of it, has it tip off of her hands. So a turnover for the Knights. So we reached the 6.5-minute mark. The Lions down 3.
Into Griffin. She spins, turns, gets it back to McAfee. On over to Hill. Griffin can shoot the 3. Works herself baseline. And she's called for a travel as she was going up for the shot, but couldn't collect in time and whistled for another turnover.
And she saw the opportunity to get the defender up in the air, draw the foul. That's what she thought she had at first. But she dragged that back foot before she could. A lot of contact underneath. No call. Ball picked up by Clark.
There's that trap defense you'll sometimes see from Beatles ball clubs. And then they just collect the rebound just like that. But boy, Roberts went to the ground. And a foul's going to be called against the player closest to Roberts at the time that she fell, Bria Wagner, freshman from San Antonio. And it's her 3rd foul, Tim.
Yeah, and that's a trip down the court for Lady Lions. So foul trouble for Wagner early on. She's the 2nd leading scorer on this team with 11.5 points per game. In a game right now where points are at a premium.
As a freshman.
When points are at a premium like that, hurts to lose one of your main scoring threats.
Mark this moment right here, Tim. I think you're exactly right. You've got a starter, a freshman, 2nd leading scorer, and now she is saddled with 3 fouls. There it is right there. Kind of a cheap foul. She can't believe it. Look at that. She's like,
the ruling was that she tripped Roberts. So it just looks like some feet got tangled and the foul got called. Lady Lions get 1 point out of it, which is pretty big considering the problems they've had just trying to get down the floor.
Now the Lions showing a 2-1-2 defense. As you see Roberts, Shakita Roberts, watch her in the middle. She's all over the place. There's a steal from Roberts right there. That 2-1-2 will cut off that pass to the top of the key. And now she's able to get out the elbow and affect that shot, but an offensive board from the Knights and a whistle, and they'll go to the line.
Just good follow through.
That 2-1-2 defense requires a lot of work from the big man in the middle, which is where Roberts is camped out just below the free throw line. But one of her assignments is to try to cut off the passing lane when the ball's extended, and she did just that. And Beatles does that because he knows he has a very athletic player in Roberts. She's quick, she's fast, got long arms. That 2-1-2 can work.
Yeah, especially when you consider who you have down low. A lot of speedy players. it allows the bigger players to be able to utilize that strength because they know the people behind them have the ability to cut off a pass. If they do it gives you the freedom as Hill hits the running layup. It gives you the freedom to over pursue because you know there's a lot of speed helping you out. And so had Roberts missed that pass, there still would have been players underneath where she had left that could find a way to get right back into play.
Lions have scored 5 straight. Excuse me, Tim. Yeah, the Lions have scored 5 straight to pull even here, but you're exactly right. The 2-1-2 is a little different look, and it can kind of force the offense just to try to change their passing lanes.
Now that foul is the second on McAfee.
There's the contact.
We were right. Right now, combined between the two teams, there are 23 turnovers. We'll get you the precise split at the break. And we look at the first half stats, and for both teams, there's going to be a lot to improve on. Primarily, just, again, holding on to the ball. Whoever can just find a way to start stringing together consistent offensive trips down the floor.
Roberts, wide open shot. Basically a free throw line and maybe a few extra inches. And Roberts negotiates that one right through the hoop, and Lions tie the score again, 18 all, under 5 minutes remaining here in the first half at the Schaefer Center. Game 2 coming up at the conclusion of this game. A nice shot off the glass, a three-pointer from Robinson. The number 4 team in the land now, the Lions, the men, will take the court here about 8 o'clock, put their number 4 record on the line against these Knights, looking to clinch the Sooner.
Rodriguez thought about the long three, and another travel. That is, I hate to say this,
24.
The Lady, well, not 24. 24 is what it is combined. Lady Lions sitting at 18 points on the game. That's their 16th turnover of the half. A very different story from what happened up in Cedar Hill a few weeks back right now. And it is because the Lady Lions have almost equaled their point total with their turnover total.
There's Roberts out there, top of the elbow, near the elbow, and a nice baseline shot. Extends the lead back to 6.
Lady Lions, after going down 16-11, scrapped their way back into it. But ever since then, Northwood is starting, as I said, putting together some offensive possessions, putting together some consistency. And the first team to really start doing that at all will go on a run.
Winston for 3, too strong. Battle for the glass inside for the board, and Ward now on her knees, scrapping, tosses it out, looking for Rodriguez, but the Knights pick it off, and now Rodriguez from behind. She tapped it away, but he'll keep it right here. .330 left. Could it be Hill on the reach in?
Just enough contact to send to the line.
That's 8 fouls for both ball clubs. 24 turnovers in the game, and 23-18 your score. So some numbers should be higher and some numbers should be a lot lower. If you're any of these two coaches, that one rattles in and out. There's the contact right there inside. Looks like that may have been all ball, but referees saw it differently. Blanson, the junior from Denton, puts it through. 6-point lead, largest of the night for the Knights. With a Winston baseline jumper, off balance, fading away, not a good shot. Didn't need to do that. She could have squared up her shoulders, taken it straight up. Not a very fundamental move to the basket. Meanwhile, the Knights make it look easy. Kayla Robinson, she's got another easy bucket. She's got 7 of the Knights' 26 points and a timeout on the floor. Coach Beatles wants to talk it over again. Just a 30-second timeout.
Yeah, and finally a seam opening up there for the Lady Lions. Look at that. Just the Lady Lions defense gets frozen into place. It's Robinson who just reads it, cuts it over the middle. And the Lady Lions now trail by 8 with 3 minutes to go in the half. Not a half they expected. Again, after they pretty much demolished this Northwood team back on, I believe it was January 21st. Yes, it was January 21st. So it hasn't been that long since it happened, but it feels like an eternity ago. The Lady Lions are down by 8 at home and lacking any sort of firepower on offense.
Ward over to Roberts. Hill, the long three. Nothing there. They're getting some good looks, Tim. The shots just are not falling. You couple that with a lot of the errant passes, and that's one reason why you only have 18 points on the board.
Well, yeah, that's the main reason, you know, is you aren't getting enough shots. And besides that, they're only shooting about 31% for the half. So even if they were shooting perfectly with the way they were turning the ball over right now, they still wouldn't have more than 30 points or so. But they're shooting very inconsistently from the floor, even with, like you said, some good looks.
And somehow, Julia Clark did not get called for the travel and negotiated that ball with a mini hook. It's her first point of the ball game. The freshman from Denton, a transfer from Oklahoma Wesleyan. Nice offensive board from Clark. Dorsey now off the glass, banks it in, cuts the lead to 8. Just about 2 minutes left now in the first half. Calabero over to Robinson. Robinson back to Calabero and a whistle.
Just a foul away
outside.
From the play. It's going to be free throws for the Knights. Second foul on Dorsey.
The last win for the Knights came on February 8th. 73-65 win at home against USAO, University of Science and Arts of Oklahoma. But since then, they have really struggled. The only other win in conference play was against Southwestern Christian way back, January 14th. That was a 75-57 win, also at home. Left side, off the glass, up and in. It's Driver Rodriguez. Her first points of the game.
Some decent offensive possessions in the last 2 trips down the floor for Lady Lions. Ball's kicked away to stay here.
It'll stay here.
If you're SAGU, you'll have a chance over the next minute and 20 seconds to maybe get another bucket or two, try to stand strong on defense, and really kind of put this half behind you if you can.
That's what you want to do. And you're going to probably hear a tongue lashing from both coaches in the locker room as the turnovers have been out of control, no pun intended, as both ball clubs struggling to take care of the ball when they're moving it from one teammate to another. And now a offensive foul called against Dorsey, the push-off.
Actually, that's going to be on Roberts.
I'll check it. It was on Roberts. That is the second foul for the 6-foot senior out of Byron Steele High School, San Antonio.
Under a minute to play. Lady Lions trail by 7.
Blanson.
Blocked by Roberts. She gets her first block of the half. Goes out of bounds, and the shot clock will stand at 9 seconds.
Love how she just stands her ground, doesn't get up in the air too often. She stays on her feet and just uses that long arm wingspan to make an impact on those shots.
Tip back out. Northwood takes control. There's a 10-second differential between the shot clock and game clock, so they won't be able to hold until the end of the half, but they'll drop a play here.
Roberts causing all kinds of havoc. Almost a triple team near the elbow on Carter. Now a long shot the other side, off the glass, and bodies collide, and the ball dribbles out of bounds with 15.5 left. I think we're going to keep it right here. We will. The Knights will get the ball back as Ward unable to corral it.
Yeah,
So shot clock is off.
She was all alone over there and just was unable to ever keep control of the ball. Lost control, knocks it out. And here's Northwood trying to draw a play to finish it off. Just an errant pass inside.
Why not? Another turnover.
One more to put a cap on this half, pretty much. Lady Lions will get a chance to try to do something with 3.1 seconds remaining.
Down by 7. Need to get rid of it quick. Just got to heave it up there, Monica, and didn't even bother to give it a shot. So we'll go to halftime. Our score is 29-22, and turnovers aren't that much far behind that score. As you'll see, the men's teams begin to warm up on the court. A big game, game 2 here, against what's becoming a rival, and it should be a growing rivalry. Northwood University out of Cedar Hill, 20 miles away. They've come along with us to the SAGU Athletic Conference. Glad to have them aboard. But your thoughts overall on this first half, as the Lions are in a dogfight really against these Knights, not playing to their potential, where they scored 87 points last time out. Not the same time this time.
Well, that's the thing, is they're not playing to their potential. We've seen this offense be a lot better. Obviously, not a team that relies on their offense to win games, but we have not seen them this inconsistent, especially unforced. There's been a lot of unforced errors, a lot of travels, just some passes that sailed to no one in particular, spots on the floor that no one was there, no one was planning on being there. Because of that, you can look at this half of one of two ways. One, this is a really bad half. Two, after all that, if you have a 18-19 turnover half and you're just down by 7 points at the break, you gotta count your lucky stars. Be thankful that you have a really good defense that didn't allow your opponent to run away with it, and just try to improve. Well, let's head down courtside where Tyler Evans is standing by with assistant coach Corey Henry. Tyler?
Thanks, guys. Now, Coach, this is a slower game, and the pace definitely needs to be picked up. Tell me, how are we going to win this game and just keep it quick in here?
Well, actually, Northwood's doing a much better job this time. The first time we played them, we actually were able to get some points out of transition, and tonight they're getting back on defense a lot better. I think maybe trying to push it this first half has really hurt us as far as turnovers. On the offensive end, we're struggling. Actually, on both ends of the court, we're not doing very well tonight. We're going to have to correct that at halftime.
Now, there have already been 23 turnovers made in the first half. What are we going to do to stop this?
We're just going to have to kind of get us slow down a little bit, make sure that we're focused on what we're supposed to be doing. A lot of those turnovers are from walks and just get in a hurry making bad passes. So we're just going to have to get everybody refocused and come out and play much better. I mean, we're only down by 7 right now. Even the way we played the first half, I think we can come back out and take care of business. We'll be in good shape.
Thank you so much, Coach, and good luck in the rest of the game.
Thank you.
Back to you.
Thank you, Tyler. Thank you, Coach Henry. Well, we're going to take a quick break here, be back with some first half stats and some analysis for the second half as the Lady Lions trail the Northwood Knights 29-22. We'll be right back after this on the SAGU Sports Network.
Take a look at the halftime stats here, Tim. Not that impressive for either ball club, but Northwood is enjoying a healthy 7-point lead.
Well, again, the old phrase, numbers don't lie. This half does not lie. Both teams shooting 33%, below where you want to be shooting for sure. Rebounds, about even. Northwood dominating on assists, and that's really because of that late run they had in the half where they started stringing together some consistent offense. Steals, Northwood with a slight edge, but then you see turnovers. Typically 9 would be a rough half for just about any team. 9 turnovers in a half is not what you want to aim for, but that pales in comparison to the 19 turnovers for the Lady Lions. You only have 22 points and you've committed 19 turnovers. That's almost even. That's unheard of for what the Lady Lions typically average.
It defies explanation, and I'm sure that Coach Beatles had those numbers in his hand and was pointing them out pretty firmly to his ball club. They're going to have to cut that down dramatically if they would have any chance of knocking off the Knights here, a team that they should beat. I mean, on paper, they're statistically a better team. And the Knights, though, showing that they've got the best of the Lions tonight in some of these categories. Even the shooting, those dead even 33%, being out rebounded by 5. But look at the assists and steals. That's where they're making the big difference. So we'll see what changes make. Lions, like you see, they're 0 for 3 from beyond the arc. Not a single shot went in. That's, you know, you figured make 1 of 3, get the lead back to 4 if that goes in. You're still behind. So
Northwood, they've been firing constantly from beyond the arc, just 2 for 13. So both teams with a lot to improve on offensively. Again, defensively, whichever team can find a way to keep the offense, the other team's offense, executing like they did in the first half, and can also get their offense to just string anything together. For the Lions right now, it's just string anything together. You don't have to light up the world here. Just find a way to score every other possession, and you should be okay. But a long 20 minutes to go, and this is always interesting to approach too, because when you have a very anomalous half like that, in which SAGU commits 19 turnovers, you don't expect to see that again. It's hard as a team to analyze, where are you right now? How safe is that 7-point lead? How confident should we be? How nervous should we be? Because it's hard to read when things are that off the charts.
Virginia Wright will inbound the ball at midcourt for the Knights as we get underway here in the second half.
For anyone who may be concerned, Lady Lions should be safe. The season high for turnovers in the NAIA is 43. And so it should be unlikely for the Lady Lions to reach that tonight at 19. But that is not the first thing on their mind right now. The first thing on their mind is finding a way to make that just be around 22 or 23 at the end of the game.
By the end of the game, yeah.
If they find a way to break the record, I doubt they'll win this one.
Nia Winston held to just 6 points. The Sooner Athletic Conference's leading scorer, obviously SAGU's leading scorer as well. Inside to Roberts on the left block, pops it back out to Winston for 3, and she buries it. Nia Winston from the corner.
And there you go. Start knocking down some shots. Some good possession right there. Passing corner to corner. Good safe passes.
Skip pass over to Robinson inside, and looked like she was trying to get the ball out, but it was deflected, intended for Virginia Wright. It turns the ball over, the first turnover. I've said that many times in the first half. The first turnover of the second half called against the Knights.
Lions look second because of the travel.
That is true.
So Lady Lions have cut the turnover gap to 8 and the lead to 4.
Winston picks up her dribble, gets over to Dorsey. Dorsey works it right over to Ward. Rodriguez looks at the 3, spots at the 3. Short gets her own rebound into the paint, in between 3 Knights, puts it up and in. Nice offensive glass, just took the whole thing upon herself in that possession, Tim.
Yeah, she took it from a little bit too far out, but the moment she shot, she knew where the rebound was coming off of, followed it through. Great possession from Rodriguez, but then driving inside, it's Clark. She just uses her height to the advantage, muscles way through, lays it in.
Well, when you take a long shot, a 3-point shot, and you know it's off, you're the first one who knows it's off. I have plenty of experience with that, from knowledge, from knowing that. Way too many misses in my day. And so
Roberts answers Clark's drive. She goes under Clark and cuts the lead back to 2.
Here come the Lions. And the Knights, though, answer inside as a patient move inside. And a quick timeout. Beatles wants to talk it over.
Already a very different tempo in this half. Just 2 minutes in, Lady Lions score 7 points. 4 points for the Knights. And if you're Coach Beatles, you're probably just calling this timeout to say that was too easy, what we just let them get. Things are, point out what's working on offense to your team, show how the passing is working, the adjustments you planned at halftime, they are working. We're scoring now, but don't start relaxing on defense. You see their head coach, Michael Wells, for the Northwood Knights. It's his second year, obviously, along with pretty much anybody who's a part of this program in their second year. Located up in Cedar Hill, Texas, just about a 20-25 minute drive, depends on where you want to go. play their games at Trinity Christian School's gym. It's a very familiar sight for many people here, including Dominique Rambo.
Crystal Carter, who plays for Northwood, played her high school ball at TCS.
And it turns into, it's a very imposing gym to play in because it's a lot smaller than your typical college gym.
They can
And
seat
so
a lot of people, though. They really pack
there's
it
a lot
in.
of seating, and you are close to those fans, the Northwood Nasties, as they like to call themselves, and they are a fired up bunch.
Winston, long three. Off the back of the rim, long rebound. Cleared out by Robinson. On up ahead to Wagner. Turnover, Ward. Here comes Winston across the timeline. Doesn't have numbers, may take it herself. Does, and delivers.
And that was just pretty off balance, adjusting in the air, reading where he needed to hit off the glass, and just grazes it in. Lead is back to 2.
Long three. A long rebound. Ward gets it back to Dorsey. On up ahead to Winston. Just scored a quick bucket. She'll try again. That one's short, but here's an offensive glass attempt from, or board attempt from Roberts. I think we'll keep it right here, though. I believe it went off Bria Wagner's hands, and Dorsey will inbound the ball. A fresh 30 seconds as the Lions will stack it up and split up. Ward over to Winston. She's got 11 now, a very quiet 11. Dorsey from 16. Good. Monica Dorsey cuts the lead to 0. We're tied.
Ties the game back up. Lady Lions have been trailing for most of this game, as a foul's going to happen right there. Northwood led by as many as 10. Lady Lions' only lead came by 1 with 8:12 remaining in the first half. So this is the first time the Lady Lions have not been trailing in about, well, 11, 12 minutes. And that just rolls in. Julia Clark with her 6th point of the night. Rodriguez with a short 3.
In the corner, it's Blanson. Trouble inside. Hill with the loose ball. 3-on-2. Trailing Lakin Ward gets it inside to Winston.
She'll pick up a foul. Rolling inside. It'll be the first of the half on the Knights. And it comes against Kayla Robinson, her first foul.
McAfee's going to check into the ball game for Coach Beadle. She'll check in for Rodriguez.
Northwood foul number 21, Taylor Robinson.
Roberts over to Winston. Hill looking inside for Roberts on the left baseline. This time Roberts, a dose of her own medicine, as she's blocked by Julia Clark.
Not an easy task. Clark executes well.
Nice pass inside. Does she convert? No, but gets her own rebound. It's Woodward. Ambrosia Woodward. And now turnover, another turnover from the Knights. Woodward had a good look at it. McAfee in trouble. Inside pass to Ward. It gets it over to Roberts. Just inside the free throw line. Good.
And that is the kind of passing you want to see. Going corner to corner, back up to the free throw line. You clear out space for your shooter. And that's the kind of consistency they haven't put together at any point in this game.
A push inside. Roberts and McAfee were both in the vicinity. Both got a hand on her. They'll probably whistle. It's going to be against McAfee. That's her 3rd foul attempt.
A little bit of foul trouble for McAfee now. Knocked loose, but pulled in by Caballero.
35 all. Long pass over to Wagner. She tosses one up and fighting for the rebound, Roberts, but the Knights come away with it. Now Wright's got the ball and a wrestling match inside with Ward, and I think they got a jump ball on that one.
Jump ball, possession arrow is with the Knights, so they will retain possession. No, the possession arrow is pointing towards the Knights, but that's because it had not been flipped back over to start the half. So the Lady Lions, The arrow is just there as an indicator. It's not the actual rule keeper. So Lady Lions will keep possession, and the arrow will now point towards the Knights. So counted as a turnover, essentially.
Hill into the paint. No fear from her. Left side, no good. Comes away with the rebound. 15-footer. Too strong. McAfee, look what I found. Pops it up, pops it in. Alexis McAfee.
The Lady Lions lead. A scrappy possession there. Hill getting her own rebound, missing the shot, and McAfee, again, just getting the ball, finding space, getting a shot up. Three-point shot, no good.
Dangerous pass, although Winston able to pull it in from Roberts. She crosses the timeline. Spots up Hill for three. Short. Long rebound pulled in by Clark. Lions lead by 2, though. Like you said, their first lead in a long time. Since I think it was like about 6-5, real early on. Now inside pass, nice. Pumped left, spins to the right. It's Clark.
Clark now with 8. She's been able to work that move more in this half than she did in the first. Just getting inside and muscling her way through, creating space and getting to the glass.
Ward, nice feed to Roberts. The bounce pass in the paint. Tim Roberts loves that kind of play inside.
Got your back turned to your player. You look up, see where they are. You know where they're gonna be. Just a wraparound bounce pass. Roberts finishes it off, and Roberts finishes it off there. Rejected, and the ball will go out on the Knights. Lions ball. Lady Lions clicking on a level we did not even fathom in the first half. They have 17 points in the first 6.5 minutes of this half after putting up just 22 in the first 20 minutes.
Page in for Roberts. Nice pass inside. McAfee from Ward.
She gets the point, and rightfully so.
Uh-oh. Able to keep it alive is Wagner. Over to Carter. Carter to Caballero. Shots off. Hill with the rebound, and she's on the move. Cross the timeline. Bounce pass to McAfee. McAfee loses the handle. Knights in transition the other way. They've got numbers. Bounce pass inside, off the glass. Rebound short, picked up by McAfee. Here come the Lady Lions. Let's run now. Spots up from 15. It's good. Maybe 14 feet just inside the free throw line. And a timeout on the floor. The Lions extend their lead to 6, their largest of the ball game.
Hustling down the court after the missed shot. Big miss from Northwood right there, having a 2-on-1 and an open look. Lady Lions just cruise down the floor, spot up the open jumper. And the biggest difference in this half, you ready for it?
Yeah.
7.5 minutes in, the Lady Lions have committed 1 turnover.
Huge difference.
In the half, after averaging a turnover a minute. You see the standings right there. Lady Lions scrapping for that 6th spot. Really, just trying to make sure they don't fall into 8. They pretty much have that. The battle right now is for 6, 7, 8. Wesleyan has an outside chance as well to catch Mid-America, but really 6, 7, 8 is where the battle is at the moment. The top 4 are, of course, locked in. And looks like Mid-America will be joining them above that red line of getting that open bye. For Lady Lions, those next 3 games, the final 3 games of the year, playing Wayland, number 24 in the nation with the latest poll out. John Brown, number 16 in the nation with the latest poll out. St. Gregory's, who's in last place. So you have a last place team and then 2 very, very good teams. That puts all the more pressure on this game, because if you just go off of paper, which you can't, anything can happen. My Latvians beat Switzerland today in the Olympics in hockey, so upsets happen, miracles happen. But if you go on paper, Lady Lions are going to have a tough time winning against those top 25 teams. They should beat St. Gregory's. You can't afford to lose to Northwood and close the season off on a 1-3 run. You want to find a way to finish off even, go into that 6 or 7 spot, play either the 10 or 11 team in the playoff, win that, go to the tournament, and just hope that the chips fall in your favor for one night.
And just on a larger scale, you're at 12-14 now. Win this game, you're 13-14. If you finish strong, you have a chance to finish 500 or better. That would be a huge win for this program after really struggling last year.
Good look inside, foul. Page just boxing out, forcing the foul, forcing the issue there. And really, this season has been a huge improvement no matter what. Even if you were to find a way to lose out from this point on. Obviously, everyone makes the tournament, but you are a top 8 team. It was really disappointing around here last year. You're playing your last year in the Red River Conference. SAGU has been the host for that conference for all these years. You love getting your fans out there for that big event. And in your very last year, you missed the conference tournament for the first time in as long as I could. They had always been a very competitive team, owned that conference for a few years, battling with Langston when they were winning national championships. That is a turnover on the Knights. So it was a very tough way. While the Lions left on the best note possible, winning the conference, the Lady Lions left on a very bitter note, not even getting to go to the tournament. So you've made a huge improvement this year, no matter which way you slice it.
Well, you've got Winston back. You've got Roberts back. You've got the nice play from players like McAfee playing real well. Hill playing better.
Looked like Rodriguez influenced that one. Not sure if she'll get credit with the block, but oh, and Winston just didn't have her hands in the right place. You see Beatles very upset, as we said, after almost in a turnover-free half at this point. That's just an unnecessary error, a fast pass, and Winston just wasn't ready for it.
Inside the paint, bucket, good, and one. Crystal Carter will take about one step back from where she shot that ball and go to the line to try to convert a three-point play. Could cut the lead back to 5 if she converts here.
Hill just with the foul from behind. And it's no good, though, so the lead will stay at 6.
Lions really taking care of the ball on those passes, those 8 to 10 foot passes, doing a much better job of making sure the lanes are cleared. McAfee drives right into the paint, off the glass, blocked by Crystal Carter.
But a foul. Carter didn't get away with the block cleanly. She picks up the foul, and that's going to send McAfee to the line.
She thought it was clean. The look on her face says she's not in agreement with the ref. Whoever is, I never agree with the ref. And I call it didn't go my way.
And worth noting, at this point, Lady Lions have now put up 24 points in the half after putting up 22 in the first half. So they have definitely recovered. This team has been resilient all year. They've lost some tough ones. They've lost some heartbreakers in the closing moments, and they've lost some games that the game was over with about 16 minutes to go. But they have found a way to come back every single night, keep on winning, not let their spirits get down, and that's translated in this game so far after a very frustrating half. Another three-point shot, no good.
Rebound inside, put back. Lakeisha Blanson.
Just trying too much there. Blanson going for the steal will pick up the foul, and that will be her 3rd foul. So she joins Wagner with 3 fouls on her team. Blanson with 10 points. She is tied with Carter for the leading scorer for the Knights.
Boy, Page battling inside against Clark. Look at that battle in the paint. Page calling for the ball, gets the ball and the whistle. What work from Charity as she was double-teamed once she got the inlet pass. Double-teamed by Clark and also a guard coming down low, Robinson. That'll send Page to the line. I love the big man calling for the ball, battling for position.
And Page has been earning these trips to the line. He said muscling to even justify the pass coming in. And I think that's been a big part of Lady Lions decreasing turnovers, is just doing a better job opening themselves, getting themselves open for passes so that they have a clear person to see. It felt like they were having problems getting open in the first half, and that was leading to firing to places on the court, hoping somebody would be there.
Carter.
Nice drive inside.
Rainbows it in. Yeah.
Lady Lions coming down the floor with so much speed right now. They like the way this is going, and they don't want to slow down.
Crossover and rejected right out of the hands of Page. It barely left her hands, and it was slapped away.
And that's Clark's 4th block of the game. And Page is going to pick up a foul now. So yeah, Clark with her 4th block. That was, again, that one was still pretty much in her hands when it got punched loose. So to the line goes Lakeisha Blanson. Blanson makes the first, and the lead is back down to 5.
Here it is again.
I mean,
Didn't
yeah,
even have a chance to release the ball.
I'm not sure. Is it a block if the ball never left her hands? That she had left her feet? Is that just a steal
I need
or
to
a block?
confer with my executive producer, Director John Cookman, to find out. I'll get back with you.
Got to bring out Naismith's rule of order right there to find out whether that's a block or just a steal, because she robbed her.
Impressive.
Both free throws are good, and the lead is down to 4 for the Lady Lions.
We are being told since she was in the act of shooting, Tim, it does register in the stats as a block.
So she has 4 blocks on the game now. Now Winston for 3. No good.
Roberts able to keep the ball alive, gets to Winston. Tough shot, too strong. And here come the Knights. Roberts kept it alive. Winston unable to finish. Stutter step, spinning back around. Wagner tries to get it inside, and a whistle will stop play. And it looks like Winston's the guilty party. She is. That'll be her, just her first foul, I believe. Yeah, first foul in the game. Lead still 4. We're under 10 minutes to play.
But just when the Lady Lions are starting to get a little bit of control of this one, going up by 7, 8 points, Northwood has fought back. Off-balance shot, but a rebound. Clark, she is making a difference in this one now. She has 10 points on the game, dragging Northwood back into it. They're just down by 2. We have 9 minutes to go. We might be in for a dandy to the end.
Nice move inside, high off the glass. Nia Winston, her 13th point of the ball game. Lady Lions in that zone defense, that trap zone. Roberts all over the place, and she affected that possession. On up ahead to Winston, and Hill lost the ball as she was going up for an easy layup, or at least a short jump shot. And then she comes back and steals it on the other end. Heads up play from Taylor Hill. She spots Winston. Tough shot. And there's Hill again, and manages to get a jump ball call.
So Hill's all over the place. Makes the mistake with the wide open shot, bobbling it. Gets the steal, gets back down the floor. The jump ball will stay with Northwood possession, but that's a big play, even though it doesn't change possession, because it gets that arrow back in your direction. Now you're not under 8.5 minutes. You're in a close game. Don't think that can't factor in huge in the closing moments. That won't count as a turnover there, but that could very well save the Lady Lions in the closing moments. Now here's a foul, and that's going to send Clark to the line. Chance to cut this game back to 2 for Northwood.
Transferred in from Oklahoma Wesleyan, and to tell you what, Michael Wells is glad she did. Just a freshman. Hometown's Denton. She's got 10 points already, looking for point number 11 on the night, playing real well inside. Too strong off the glass.
10
off
points,
the back of the rim, I should say.
10 points and 4 blocks. And a timeout is called on the floor. As you see, is the foul here, just too much contact with the arm by Lakin Ward. It's a full timeout from the Lady Lions. You can't really say the lead slipped away because they've never had a massive lead, but it felt for a minute like they might have some control in this one, but back come the Knights. Yeah, Julia Clark, she's shooting 5 for 6 on the night, 10 points, 9 rebounds, 4 blocks. So she's on the cusp of a double-double, shooting lights out and getting back on defense impressively. Lady Lions, of course, Nia Winston leads with 13 points. Roberts has 9 of her own, and she has 9 rebounds. So Roberts approaching double-double territory. 1 more rebound and 1 more made basket will do it for her.
This would be a big win for Northwood. It would just be their 3rd win in conference play, but the wins have been short of late. So you see their coach Michael Wells exhorting his troops to hang in there on the Lions home court. They're in a dogfight, just down 4, led by as much as 7. Earlier in the ballgame, went to halftime with a 7-point lead. Now they're down 11-point swing here. But like you said, Tim, they're right in it, and this could go down to that last possession or two of this ball game.
It feels like it right now because both teams have been doing just enough on defense consistently.
Really impressed with the play of Clark. How about you?
Oh, definitely. She has stepped up big in these last few moments, again, on defense and on offense, getting rebounds, battling through.
Second free throw is good. Leads just 3. Dorsey's checked in for Winston. Dorsey goes baseline, and how about that? And 1.
No, they're waving off.
Are they going to wave it off?
Wave off the basket. Foul was actually going to be ruled on the floor, so there'll be no free throws. Dorsey will just be inbounding in.
Had me fooled.
It was about a half second away from being a big play, though.
Hill near the top of the key. Gets it over to McAfee. Ward battling for position inside. McAfee will take it herself. Roberts with an offensive board looking for help. Cutting to the basket is Hill. And she gets a loose ball. We'll reset. How many times have we seen that happen this season? Dorsey now on over to Ward. Dorsey falls through. Hill now over. Back to Dorsey. Ball moving real quickly now. Ward in trouble. Pops it out to Hill for 3. Long rebound. Dorsey doing battle
And
in
Lady
the corner
Lions
against
ball.
Calabero.
Lady Lions ball. Dorsey does a good job of tracking it down, deflects it off of Caballero, and the Lady Lions retain possession. Another essentially offensive rebound. That'll go down as a dead ball offensive rebound. So this is essentially a 4th chance opportunity now for the Lady Lions. That's tipped out of bounds. And this is a big possession. You don't want to waste those efforts underneath of scrapping for it, diving for it. Want to go, oh, and just almost a disaster there.
Wow.
She cut right and she threw left.
Knights showing a tough man-to-man now as they are pressing it in on defense, looking for more turnovers like they enjoyed in the first half. Dorsey drives the paint, gets over to McAfee.
And a blocking foul underneath. That's the 7th foul of the half on Northwood. So the Lady Lions will go to the line for 1 and 1.
And what's worse, Tim, it's Blanson's 4th foul.
Wow, that's big.
Blanson leads this team in 12.1 points a game. She's got right now 12 points a game. But now with 4 fouls, what do you do, Tim, if you're head coach Michael Wells?
Well, at this point, you're looking at 7 minutes, 11 seconds remaining. It looks like there will be a player to check in after this free throw. It is good. And Blanson will go to the bench. So he's made the decision to pull Blanson and bring in Bria Wagner. Wagner, of course, is the 2nd scorer on this team, averaging 11.5 a game. But I doubt we'll see Blanson gone long because there's not all that much time left. Oh, Roberts, I don't think so.
Wow. Dorsey, 8-foot jumper, too strong, gets her own rebound. That one too short. Roberts, 3 shots, none of them fall. All were good looks.
All were very good looks after the ball just bounced their way, getting the offensive rebounds. So another trip down the floor with lots of opportunities. And Roberts will get another block, but the rebound is up and good. I think Roberts now should have 4 blocks on the game, but that still results in points for Northwood. Hill just has to save that one.
McAfee from the elbow, too strong. Long rebound comes away to Northwood. A chance to cut the lead to 1 or tie with a 3. Wagner over to Calabero. Skip pass back to Wagner. Long 3, no good. Fighting for position and the rebounds. McAfee, no whistle. She's on the move, 2-on-2. Dorsey, tough shot. Out of bounds off of McAfee. Dorsey may have been better advised to pull that one back out.
Yeah, the Lady Lions have been rushing down the court. Winston Rodriguez comes back in. They've been rushing down the court trying to get the Northwood Knights caught in transition.
Right.
But it just has not been working. They're not shooting well enough or being consistent enough on offense to really rely on a great transition game. Three-point shot is good. And for Northwood, that breaks a long drought of three-point shooting and ties the game up. That's the first one they made at the half. They were just 2 for 13 at the break.
They hit their first shot, a three-pointer. That's just their second shot from three-point land. Many minutes apart. Has tied this game in a whistle as the ball goes up. The foul, the whistle before the shot. Will send, though, Dorsey to the free throw line. The 5'6" freshman from Garland, Texas, out of Saxe High School, a chance to give the Lions a lead again. Combined, these two teams are 20 for 55 from the field. Neither team shooting well.
Second one is no good. That matches their average of just under 50% for the season. Lead goes back to the Lady Lions, though, by 1. We approach the 5-minute mark. Got a nail biter in Waxahachie. It's going to go off and go to the Lady Lions. Just a clutch shot moments ago for the Knights to tie the game back up.
Let's say the Lions get on a streak here and get into deep into postseason conference play. Even though they probably won't win, could they, if they finish in the top 4 or maybe even make it to the final game by a good stretch of play, would that give them an invite to the NAIA tournament or probably not?
The only way for them to have a shot at the NAIA tournament would be to make it the same way that the Lions, the men's team, did back in 2006. And that would be to stun your way through. It's just a drive inside from Dorsey. Beautiful. Caught a defender off guard, went strong to the right, drove in, lays it in. But the way they could do it is stun your way to the championship game. And if you are playing in the championship game, the regular season champion, you get an automatic bid. Gotcha. The tournament runner-up would get an automatic bid in that situation. Up and in is
if you're playing the regular season champion.
If you're playing the regular season champion. So timeout called by the Lady Lions. That would be their only Hail Mary. Actually, I would call it more of a Cal Stanford the play than a Hail Mary. I guess Auburn's the new one now, 109 yards. It would take that level of miracle to get to the national tournament. But that does not mean that the season is over when the SAC tournament ends. The Student Athletic Conference tournament will be held March 5th through 8th up in Chickasha, Oklahoma. And then after that, the NCCAA regional tournament will be held in Bartlesville, Oklahoma, March 11th through 15th. Lady Lions will probably receive a bid in that if they do not, again, through some combination of miracles and some pixie dust, make it to the national tournament. It could happen. Statistically, there's a chance. But they would go to the NCCA regional tournament. They're obviously dual members with the NAIA and the National Christian College Association. And the regional tournament could give them potentially a berth to the NCCAA national tournament if they found a way to win that. A similar story would be the men's soccer team a few years back, hosting the NCCAA regional tournament after kind of a subpar season, went on an amazing run here in Waxahachie, hosting that tournament, won that tournament, and received a berth in the NCCAA Nationals. So there's still a lot of basketball to be played for the Lady Lions. So it's important to get these wins, get on a run, make sure your record is good enough to get to those tournaments, and see what happens. There's a blocked shot. Winston will get rejected by Crystal Carter. She's just 5'8", but she does a good job there.
14 blocks, number 14. Now a scoop shot underneath, no good. Here come the Lions. Dorsey crossed the timeline with 3:30 remaining in the ball game. The lead just 1. Rodriguez, a threat from the outside, gets over to Dorsey. Been playing well second half. She'll take it herself. Off the glass, no good. Short rebound taken away by Clark. Wagner shadowed by that zone defense.
Roberts.
Steal from Roberts. Turnovers mounting up for the Knights, Tim, and Dorsey in transition got 3-on-2. Jump shot from the outside, good. Alexis McAfee from 16. Lead back to 3.
Both teams playing with fire right now. Every time they go down the court and don't get points, just turn it over, because you're reaching that point now where every mistake could be your last.
And Roberts affected that shot again as the drive got past the defender, Nia Winston, on the zone. That led her to Roberts' vicinity. And a timeout on the floor, leads at 3 with 2:39 remaining as game 2 will get underway here about 25 minutes after the conclusion of game 1 here. A big one, the number 4 team in the land, and a perfect 12-0 record at home here at the Schaeff, up against what could be a new crosstown rival in Northwood. Just their 2nd year in existence, but as we've said before, just real close by. And these two teams already aren't best of friends.
No, they're not. They played a very scrappy game earlier this year. We'll have a lot more on that for the pregame show. Looking at some stats right now, though, the biggest stat of this half, Lady Lions have only committed 4 turnovers after committing 19 in the first half. Meanwhile, Northwood didn't have a great first half with 9 turnovers, have committed 11 turnovers. So the turnover margin is only 3 now. If the Lady Lions had a -10 turnover margin at the break, it's only -3 now, and that's why they are able to sport a 3-point lead. Both teams shooting subpar, both teams actually shooting 35%. Northwood 3 for 20 beyond the arc, 15%. No, Lady Lions just 1 for 11, that's 9%. Free throws are huge though. Lady Lions are 15 for 17. Northwood 8 for 15. So 7 big misses there in a game they only trailed by 3. Either way, this will not be the stat sheet that anyone frames and hangs up on their wall, no matter who comes away with the win.
Quick shot and a monster rejection from Roberts. Are you kidding me? Roberts, the steal.
All over the place right now. She is just dominating in this game. She's 1 bucket shy of a double-double, and she's been all over the place with steals and blocks as well.
Can you make good defense convert to a good offensive possession? Let's find out. Winston into the paint, scoop shot, tough shot with the whistle. She'll go to the line, 2:07 left. A chance to extend the lead to 5. But how about the play from Shakita Roberts? The intuition to time her jump just perfectly, and then to see that short pass coming and just literally just step right in front of it. That is a huge momentum killer. If you're Northwood trying to get something going on offense, you just see Roberts just taking over the game. Here it is again. And watch her, well, we didn't see it there, but she'll fall back and just cut that pass right off as Winston puts it through. The lead is back to 5.
Big time plays from your big time players. Roberts kind of hanging up the game of her year right now as a foul's going to be charged. She can't believe it. Foul's going to go against Wagner, and rightfully so, she can't believe it. That's her 5th foul. She'll head to the bench. No points on the game for Wagner. 5 fouls, no points. She does come away with 8 assists, though, and 6
There's that steal
rebounds.
there. You saw there the steal that cut off the pass from Roberts a moment ago. Winston looking for point number 16. She gets it.
Lady Lions up by 6, less than 2 remaining. Good time to be pushing it to 7 now.
If you would have told me that the Lady Lions would win this game after 19 turnovers in 20 minutes, I just would have questioned your sanity. But it looks like the Lions are.
Well, they haven't won it yet. It looks like the
in
Lions,
position, though, in position to pull away with a huge win here. The lead is 5, a minute and a half to play. At some point, free throws will play into this conclusion, and neither team shooting well from the line.
And you talk about turnovers after a practically turnover-free half. A bad possession there, and we never call it too soon here. That's our #1 rule. 5-point game, just under a minute 20 to play. Far from over. Roberts with another steal, just picks it off. Roberts on defense, offense, rebounding. Loose ball. Dorsey tracks it down and draws the foul. That was a, no, it's going to be against the Lady Lions.
10-second violation.
10-second violation, that's what it was. So much happening backcourt, you forget you got to get it across.
Well,
so
there was one ref counting the whole time. There it is. You see him in the bottom.
Roberts,
in a minute, you'll see it here.
just making the positioning as a timeout is called on the floor. So, yeah, just the
Watch this play out here. Watch this play. You're going to see
Robinson going for it, and the ball rolling almost all the way out of bounds. So Dorsey saves it, but loses track of time, forgets. It's one of those rules that it happens so rarely. It's so rare to get a 10-second violation called against you that you play the game without thinking about it. And so you see Dorsey
watch
here
it again here.
has to chase it down.
The referee
picks it up, and right there needs to just throw it across the line.
needs to get it across the timeline. The other referee is counting.
But she's not thinking, you don't think that way during a game. During a game, you're thinking, I don't need to make a bad pass. I need to keep control of the ball.
Exactly.
You're not thinking about that obscure rule that I've got to get across the half court in less than 10 seconds, because it almost never happens. But the Lady Lions essentially turn it over there. So we mentioned that turnover-free half, just 4 turnovers up until those last few plays. That's 2 in a matter of seconds. They were able to weather the first one, not give up any points, but with 1:01 remaining, it's Northwood's ball, and it's a slim 5-point lead as both coaches drawing up plays.
If you'll see in the scoreboard underneath, or near SAGU's name, there's a little B there. They're in the bonus. So, and Northwood is not. They've got 6 fouls. SAGU committed against them, where Northwood has 10 fouls against them. So any fouls here will put the Lions at the stripe for 2.
Yeah, that's the key. It is a double bonus now, so you don't get that benefit of hoping for a miss on the first shot, especially with the Lady Lions, who don't typically try to challenge you with any players up front on the free throw line. So here come the Knights.
Under a
Big
minute.
possession. That's tipped out by Winston. Shot clock at 26.
And I tell you, Blanson thought she was fouled by Lake, and
Rushing
did
over
get
is
the call.
Caballero to inbound the ball.
long 3 from Blanson. And a battle inside will keep it right here with 51 seconds remaining. Lead is still 5. It'll be Calabero to inbound the ball. She's got Blanson. She's got 4 fouls. Got to be careful. Over to
There's less than a minute left. No need to be careful. Play all out.
That's true. Now picking up her dribble is Clark. Blanson now drives left, bumps into Roberts, and Roberts will get whistled for the foul. Will she go to the line? Was she in the act of shooting?
They said they're going to rule that was in the act of shooting. Yep. Good call. Act of shooting. Roberts wasn't set. So Blanson to the line.
Absolutely. She's
2
already up in the
big
air.
ones here. Needing to trying to cut this back to a 1-possession game.
66% from the season from the line, drains the first one. The lead is 4. Blanson now has 13 on the game. She averages 12, like we've said.
Now Clark is checked out into the game, into her position to come Caballero. They're expecting a make here, else you want Clark inside to try to get that rebound. So I think they're expecting a make and then a full court press. They get the make, and here they come.
Here it comes.
Try to force a turnover.
Let the free throw game begin.
They'll try to see if they can force a 10-second violation
now.
first.
Got to get across the line. She does. Keeps her dribble alive. Good play from Monica Dorsey. Keeping that dribble alive, looking for help. Now picks it up. Winston helps her out. Under 22, and almost a loose ball. Ward somehow gets it back to Winston. Northwood needs to foul, Tim.
Well,
and here it comes.
I understand the strategy there, though. There is a 8-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. So you just play as long as you can. You're only down by 1 possession. You don't want to have to send the Lady Lions to the line to put it back up to a 2-possession game. So you just hold on. This is a game when turnovers have just been happening left and right. Go ahead, take your time.
Figure what might happen.
Yeah, you got 15 ticks left now. First one is good.
And it's a big one, Tim. That gives the Lions a 4-point lead, so that puts this make it a two-possession game, I should say. Second one, money. Monica Dorsey drains them both. The lead is 5 with 13 remaining. Here's Blanson into the paint. Rejected by Roberts. We'll keep it right here, though, with 9.1 left. Need a quick shot, maybe a 3. Could settle for a 2. You're down by 5. It's a two-possession game. Calabera will inbound. Long shot from three-point land. Off the glass, no good. Loose ball. Winston's going to take it. Go coast to coast. Lay it up and in as time expires. And the Lions hold on. Whew. For a 66-59 win here at the Schaefer Center over the Northwood University Knights.
Big, big win. A game in which you played just about as bad of a first half as imaginable. Shot poorly, turned the ball over once a minute essentially, but the team recovered, showed a lot of mental strength to get back into this one, and they hang on in the end with Northwood challenging to the final minutes for the win to improve on the season.
I think they'll be 13-14 on the season.
13-14 on the season and 7-10 in conference. Well, the teams are meeting at court for prayer. We'll go to a quick break, come back with pregame for your men's action. Lions take on the Knights next.